Hello, hello, and hello from New York City. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. How you doing, everybody? Midtown, Manhattan. Jen and I have arrived safe and sound, and I was able to get myself a bottle of Diet Coke. Maybe not caffeine-free Diet Coke, but that way I won't fall asleep on you. So, not so bad. We're okay. Yeah, we made it okay yesterday, and we're just fine. We're in Midtown, and we're very pleased with our room here. We were checked in yesterday, and we were given a fine room with a fantastic view of the Empire State Building and other areas. I attempted to show this off to the Gold Bagel members this morning, but lost my signal, so I dare not do it at the moment. But safe to say, we got ourselves a wonderful view of the area here. We're pretty happy with how this worked out. Not even sure if I can work this or not. You might be able to see this here on my phone. This was me yesterday filming from my bedroom. This is from our window. So that's Macy's right there, about a block and a half away from us. I zoomed in on it and I zoomed back just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at there. Absolutely fabulous. And then kind of moved the camera a little bit. This is just on my phone, literally the phone that's in my hand. And there's the Empire State Building. And I thought, well, let's see if I can get this to work. I had to lower the phone so you could see the top of the building. And then I started to zoom in on it, which is maybe not a good idea, but there you go. Look at that. There's the top of the Empire State Building. Fantastic. Really great. Of course, we're thrilled to be here. Yesterday, Jen said to me after I did that, she said, "Oh, by the way, have you looked behind the curtain there where that TV is? Have you bothered to look there?" And I thought, what's the big deal? There's just a TV and a curtain, and there's my workstation. Here's where I'm working from. And she said, no, behind that curtain, why don't you just open that up and take a look? There's something there you may want to be looking at. You might find this kind of interesting. I thought, okay. I just looked out the window a second ago. A door. Holy crap, we have a patio. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It had rained earlier, and so it's clear skies now. So this is the same shot I just showed you, but this is on a patio we have in our room here. Oh my gosh. Look at this thing. A couple of loungers here and a table. And it's kind of freaky standing up here looking out like this because, it's up there. But a bit of glare. Forgive me for that. But I was winging it with this camera going, look at this incredible view of New York City we have here in Manhattan. There's the Empire State. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So, yeah. Are we complaining? No. No complaints. Multi-million-dollar view of multi-million-dollar buildings. We're noticing around us. You can see when the light goes down and it's night, and the window, the lighting from inside the buildings shows up. You can figure which buildings are office buildings and which buildings are condo or apartment buildings, and then you start looking around. You go, oh my God, we're surrounded by. Yeah, there's some movers and shakers around here that we're surrounded by. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, they say. Welcome all to the program, and thank you for joining us. We're looking forward to our little visit here, and then Friday we're looking forward to getting on an ocean liner, the Queen Mary 2, and heading over to the UK. So our adventures continue, and we will attempt to bring you content as best we can while on the road. Absolutely. Thank you for popping in and your kind messages last week, and some of you over the weekend. Very nice of you. We are looking at, I think, a positive opening. We'll see how this plays out. We've got Rocket Lab up 13 cents. SoFi is up just 3. GameStop down a couple of pennies, but it was up 26 cents yesterday. We'll take that. A 46-cent gain yesterday on SoFi and a 63-cent gain yesterday on Rocket Lab. Thank you very much. And it's about time. And if Rocket Lab can break that 8 I think it's 850 level. I'm going to have to go into my notes, but somewhere around that 850 level, Rocket Lab has a major positive thing going on because they did a cap call transaction to raise, I think it was $350 million 6 months ago. I know at the time Jen and I were down in Palm Desert, and I think the deal comes out at somewhere around eight something, and anything over a certain level, I can't remember what it is. It's 850. It has to stay over a certain price for 30 days or longer, and at that time, Rocket Lab could trigger a conversion of debt that they issued for stock, not stock from the treasury, stock that's out there. This is a deal similar to SoFi. SoFi has a deal for $850 million with a magic price of $14.54 a share. Any of those two things happen, $14.54 or higher for SoFi, 8.5 or something or higher for Rocket Lab, something in that range. These two companies can swap convertible debt out into paper, common paper that is already in the hands of shareholders, which to me creates a squeeze, a higher, stronger squeeze. And maybe because Rocket Lab is moving now already to this level, not that already is soon, it's just moving there now. This is already creating concern in the short camp at Rocket Lab. This could be happening. I won't guarantee it, but it could be a concern. It could be something on the back of their minds. Those who shorted the stock, dumb enough to short it. There are 52.9 million shares shorted on Rocket Lab, which is 17.25% of the company. So I like the sound of that. We'll see how this all comes about. And on SoFi, the short count is with the stock at 750. The short count 181 million, 17.9%. So both of these guys have got a substantial 17% or more of their free trading stock shorted, and I would love nothing more than to see a huge pressure point put on the shorters regarding these two particular companies' stocks. That'd be just fine with me. I'm all in favor of a run. So we'll see how that plays out. Over on Spire Global, we saw carnage last week. Yesterday, the stock recovered some of its losses, came back to 763, up 56 cents yesterday. And then this morning, it's up another 17 cents now to 780. But it had quite the vicious dip there. Wasn't a drip; it was a fall off. 1134 last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then down to like $6.70, even 50. Now we're back to 780. So it definitely is improving. We'll see what's going to happen. I mean, 8 to 9 really wouldn't be shocking to me, but again, I can't tell you the exact how this is going to exactly work out. Anyway, that there's definitely the right kind of movement happening on that stock right now. At least, I'm sure beats sitting at 610 or 20 or whatever the hell it was. ATIP is 630, up 21 cents. Smart Rent is improving too. It's now back to 173. The Smart Rent shares took a real beating last week. I think we were down into the 130 level, something like that, maybe even a bit lower than that. Double checking something here. The low of the year, 135. That had to have been last week, 135. That was on the 12th of this one, 8 days ago. And so from 135 now to 173, still way off of where it was, but it was last time it was in this neighborhood, the 170 neighborhood, 2nd of August. And 1st of August, it was 177. July 31, it was 184. July 30, it was 193. And then going back to July 26, it was 248. I mean, that's still not, I'm not excited at 248. That's still way underpriced. But if we can get this 180, 190 range recovered, we've come back a long way from the 135 low. Now the question will be, what is going to happen with new management, and what's going to happen with the company's game plan. Are they a takeover target? Are they going to merge with somebody? Is there something else going on? I don't know. You hear something, you let me know. I hear something, I'll let you know. All right. Apple is down 8 cents. It was down 16 yesterday. Now Apple is unchanged here in the pre-market as things are shifting along as usual. Tesla was up 660 yesterday. It's up 355 now to 226. So Tesla's holding its own. Microsoft was up 306 yesterday. It's up 52 more cents this morning. Google was up 366 yesterday. It's up 97 this morning. Amazon was up 115. It's up 8 cents right now, back to 178.26. Nvidia got to $130 last night, up 542. It's off 53 cents right now, but earnings are still to come. They haven't yet been announced. I think earnings day for Nvidia. Let me tell you right here if I can. Here we are. Nvidia, August 28th. 8 days from now, a week tomorrow, is when Nvidia reveals their financials. So if you're playing puts on Nvidia, put credit spreads, obviously you want to be well behind the stock, as I pleaded with you to be all along. And I'm pretty sure a number of you out there are really well positioned with probably $95 down to $85 put positions. Right now, you can certainly look at the 100 level, 90, 100 level, perhaps 105 at the absolute high end. I'd be careful there. On the call side, if you're doing any call credit spread writing, you certainly want to be 140 or over. You want to dare the stock to hit a new all-time high. And right now, if you're going to do a call credit spread today, you're going to go 145, 155 range. You're not even going to do 135, 140. You're going to go higher. Meta Platforms, the old Facebook, was up 186 yesterday, down 33 cents right now, holding around $529 a share. Goldman Sachs, unchanged at 504.68. Cisco is down 6 cents at 49.92. The ARK Innovations, the Cathie Woods ETF fund, ARKK, up 28 cents to $45. And that fund has seen some recovery. The low of the year, 33.76. And the high of 54.52. And the low of the year, when was that set, Bruce? That had to have been set quite a while ago here. It was back November. Looks like October, November of last year. Right at the end of October, it was in that 33.76 level. It had been at like $44 in September a year ago. Then it went down to 33. Then it marched up to $54 just before the end of the year on a real rally there, 54. And then it backed off again to the low range of this current 2024 year in this campaign around the 7th of August, $39 or so, $38, $39. Now we're back to 45, 38. So it might be range bound here a little bit, but rebounding definitely from its lows of the last, several months. All right. Pfizer up a nickel, HPQ up 11 cents. Unity is up 5. AI is at 25.65, up a couple of pennies. The Adobe shares are down 142. Netflix down 248 today. IBM down 48 cents. Vanik Semiconductors down a dime. They were up 460 yesterday, by the way. That was a good day there. Home Depot down $2 today. Enphase was up 330 yesterday, up 13 this morning. Palantir was up 42 yesterday. It's up 2 cents now. And Uber up 214 yesterday, down 21 cents today. What are people watching today and all this week? They're watching the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, as everyone watched the Republicans when they had their convention last month. You're not going to get a lot of substance. You're going to get a lot of glitter and show and everything else. What do you expect? It's a convention. So they're going to talk about, how they're better than the other guys. But the real party begins probably starting next week. Late August into September, we kind of get going with debates and who knows what. And we'll see what gives. But Americans have to decide what their future is going to be and what kind of future they're going to have for the next 4 years, and they'll figure it out. We on the outside will just watch and encourage our American friends to keep her going. Well done, everybody, and thank you all for being here today. All right. Flint Creek, what's going on here? Yesterday, a raccoon got inside my house and attacked my dog. I know all this seems unbelievable. My life these days, says Flint Creek. And Flint Creek is saying, I just tried to find a restroom in a hospital. I got lost inside the psych ward. No lie, I could not get out, and every horror movie nightmare just came to life. I'm back outside, thankfully. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't think I should say a damn thing. I don't quite understand what's going on over there. You hang in there, Flint Creek. Just hang in there. Lame Duck is here. Big E, Alex, Richard Carlin, Amy G. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. Charlie C, Deep Value, Corinne, Jeff Jr. Good morning, Bagelers. Let's make some dough. Number 21 today. Welcome, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? I'm wondering, are you in California? Are you in New Jersey? Where are you these days? I don't know. Where are you out there, buddy? I hope you're well. Johnny D is here. How you doing? Lorraine, good morning from the Big Apple. Lorraine, I'm going to get an email to you after the show. We're now settling in. I'm going to see if we can get together with you. Gary Hoffman, good morning, everybody. Mickey McGeesco, good morning from North Carolina. Mike W is here, number 25. John Biscuit is in the house. Good morning, running. Good morning from the prison camp known as the UK. D.A. Truda is here. Mike W, Bobby Atkinson's, CKTBZ. Welcome, everybody. White Feather, how you doing, pal? Jeff, good morning. Dude, you deserve it, Uncle Bruce. Anthony, meme stocks are running. It could be the day for GME. Who knows? Dude is here. Delisa, Alexander, DA is in the house. Good morning, good morning, good morning. One, missed the city. Well-deserved, Uncle Bruce. I finished class number 6 yesterday. And guess what? I'm going to need class number 7 now. Yes, you are all the way up there. And Bobby, I joined the few from the Discord that wrote cover calls on Rocket Lab for 11 or 12 bucks in October, received 75, 85 cents for each of those calls. Right on. Flint Creek is saying, I'm completely jealous of your stay. You're having so much fun. And Charlie C2, I'm jealous of the cruise that Uncle Bruce and Eddie Jenner are about to embark on. Queen Mary 2. It's going to be amazing. Let's see what's going on here. Lorraine, John Biscuit, you are hilarious. Do you want to switch places with Uncle Bruce? Anthony, hi friends. I'm about an hour north of you, Bruce. Safe travels. Thank you, my friend. Bobby's saying I'm working on a 98,102 put spread on Nvidia. I'm starting to get in the buyback range. Maybe next week at the latest, right there. I know. Richard Vaughn saying, enjoy your stay in New York, Bruce. Thank you, Richard. And Flint Creek, my life is nonstop comedy. I was thinking Curb Your Enthusiasm. I was thinking that kind of craziness. I don't know what to make of it. Eddie Martin, I'm the 63rd thumbs ups today, Bruce. Thank you, Andre. Andre De La Torre. Love that name, Andre. Welcome, my friend. Good morning from Florida, and Eddie Martin, welcome. Love you guys. Beach Boy Flint is a movie character. Jeff, I'm in California. We spent 2 weeks out east in New Jersey and New York 2 weeks ago, so I missed you. Yeah, we're just, ships passing in the night, right, my friend? Flint, I should have been a comedian, or so I am told. Good morning, everybody from S3IF3R. Good morning. Jay Gill. Good morning, everyone. And Beach Boy Flint, shrubbery. That's what you need. You need shrubbery. Adrian Smith is here. Safe travels from Brooklyn, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Adrian. Flint Creek. Yes, I aligned Larry David. I am his female counterpart. Lorraine, after Labor Day, the shenanigans. Here we go. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us. Yes, indeed. It is 8:51 here in New York City. I'm in the Eastern time zone right now. Did not sleep well last night. First night when Jen and I traveled, the first night away from home, we don't sleep well. too much excitement, too much stress, all the stress of getting here and getting ready to get here. And we're calming down. We're very happy about the spot. Happy to be in the house, and now looking forward to enjoying the Big Apple for a few days and kind of going from here. We'll see what transpires. And Flint Creek, I'm going to try and have a normal day right now. Larry Titus, good morning, Uncle Bruce, and everyone. I'm the 73rd thumbs up on your show. Have you seen my poll question today? I've got a poll out. Despite all of my hectic nonsense here, I was able to get a poll question together. Just see if you're thinking, if you guys are hitting it or not. Let me know what you think of it. Where are we at right now? We've got 74 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you for that. 202 people watching right now, which is great. Thank you for joining us from New York. Here's the poll question. Which of these two stocks will hit $10 a share first? Is it going to be SoFi or is it going to be Rocket Lab? There's a race going on. Which stock hits $10 first? 134 votes now, 135. Here comes another one. 69 to 31 in favor of SoFi. So far, people are thinking SoFi will be the first one to break the $10 level, although I think, wasn't it Rocket Lab last week that was the first stock to break the 7 barrier just kind of on its own? But nonetheless, hey, you know what? I would love both of them to break it on the same day at the same time, however they want to do it. 749 right now on SoFi and 732 on Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is traded 705,000 this morning, from what I can tell you. And SoFi has traded 99,000 this morning. So one is much more active than the other. GameStop right now, 22.64, down a couple of pennies. And so there you go. Yeah, if you have a chance, you find a second or two, hit the thumbs up button and then get right over to the poll question, or do the poll question and find the thumbs up button and, hit both of those. 140 answers now on the poll question, 140 with a 69-31% ratio for SoFi over Rocket Lab. Which stock will hit $10 first? Thumbs up meter now 88. A nice little jump there. Thank you, all of you, for nailing that thumbs up button for us. If you can help us with that, that would be terrific. We'll get to hopefully 200 today or more. That would be great. Thank you all for joining me from New York City. Right here in the great Big Apple. This is absolutely fabulous. Looking at Rocket Lab up 13 cents, now 14 cents higher, and SoFi up a couple of pennies, now 748. As we get closer to the opening, let's take a look at some other indexes here. Let me just see how we're doing. Yeah, the Dow is down 38 points. Nothing to worry about there. S&P is up half a point, nothing much there either. NASDAQ down 4 points. We've got oil at $74.30 a barrel, down 7 cents a barrel so far today. That's what I'm showing, and I'm sticking to it. Over on the interest rate front, the 10-year Treasury for the United States is slumping a little bit, which means bond prices are rising because yields are falling. 3.84% for the 10-year U.S. note. On the currency exchanges, the euro has definitely broken the 110 barrier. It's trying to get to the 111 barrier. And the pound is at 130 to the U.S. dollar, so it's growing, it's rising. The yen is at 146.20, and it's kind of been in this neighborhood for a little while. Asia markets overnight were mixed, up a half a point on the Asia Dow, up 1.8 in Japan, 1.8%. Hong Kong down a third of a percentage point. Shanghai down 1%. Singapore up almost a half a point. In the European markets that are still open, they are negative today. They are lower. We have the London FTSE 100 off about 0.85 of a percent, not quite 1%. Germany kind of quiet, down 0.14 of a percentage point, and France almost unchanged, virtually like it's down 4 points on out of a 7,500 point index. It's down 4 points. Other than that, not much happening over there. And then again here in the U.S., I'm noticing right now the VIX, which was as high as 65 when we had the real worries about the carry trade thing that happened 2 weeks ago, the yen carry trade that shook the markets 2 weeks ago. That's all over with. We went from 65 to the high. We're all the way back to 15 on the VIX, and we were actually into the 14 level. So looks to me like most of the uncertainty and concern of the short-term market is over. The thing that analysts are waiting on is this week's speech from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where a bunch of economists get together every year and business leaders and stuff. And we're supposed to hear from Powell. And what everyone's expecting is for Powell to talk about the possibility of moderating interest rates because of lower inflation and a slowing U.S. economy. But he's getting conflicting data that doesn't let him know that we are in trouble here. We don't have a really bad market going on, actually. We don't have a bad economy going on here. It's growing, but not as fast. But it's certainly not retreating or shrinking. And so you don't necessarily need to lower interest rates unless you have a shrinking economy or you have strong evidence of a shrinking economy just around the corner. And Republicans are convinced that the world is collapsing, and the Democrats are going, what? And the analysts are going, well, we're seeing mixed signals. Openings for jobs are everywhere. The unemployment rate's back to 4 something. Well, that's under 5% is still nothing. Like it's a nothing burger to worry about. And so here we are. We got the debate raging, but I do not see any reason why the Federal Reserve has to go back to an interest rate policy anywhere like they had for the last 15 years. I just don't see where they have to, pull out all the stops to try to help an ailing economy. That is just not in the cards. That is not where we're at. That's not where we seem to be going. The U.S. worker, U.S. corporations, the U.S. economy is so resilient and so strong and so able to adjust to capital requirements that doesn't look like the American economy needs help from anyone. The economies that need help are the ones that are already getting interest rate cuts, like in Europe, Canada, New Zealand, England, the UK. Yeah, these guys have problems. These guys have a higher unemployment rate. They have a slowing economy, if not a receding economy. America is not in that boat at the moment. But again, it depends on who you ask. Remember, we're in the middle, or I shouldn't say the middle. We're really at the end of a 1.5 year, way too long election campaign. I mean, America does one thing and one thing only. Constantly is in an election mode. It's laughable, actually, how pathetic it is. But it just means a lot of politicians don't have to get a lot of stuff done because they're expected to raise money for the next election that they just got elected for the last election. And so the cycle just goes on and on. Too many people making too much money on these election cycles to stop this game. And so there you have it. I don't see interest rates being cut in any real way, but that's just me. Okay, everybody. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. I'm going to trying to have a normal day now, says Flint Creek. Beach Boy, Flint, no normal for you. Next, Flint's laughing about that. The man, when is GameStop's earnings again? When does GameStop come out? I thought it was coming out something around September 7 or something. Let's see if I see any kind of a notification here. I don't know if there is one yet. I don't see one yet, so it's not in the next 2 weeks. Is it more like September 10 or something? Charlie thinks September the 4th. Earl Harwell, good morning. I'm the 86 thumbs uppers. Dude, I voted for Rocket Lab. I mean, they have the rockets, so, they're going. JJ, space technology stocks are receiving intense focus. Rocket Lab will crack 10 before SoFi, in my honest opinion. Andre, dude, I like the way you think, laugh out loud. Andre Delatorre. I love that. I love the way that just rolls off the tongue. Andre, you got to become a member of this channel. Got to have you as a member. Welcome, my friend. Osh Master, I've been debating on buying Rocket Lab and selling calls on them but the put side has been nice. Well, yeah, cash secured puts is a great way to enjoy the upside of a stock. And of course, if you are required to buy the shares because you have written puts, you're buying them at a price that you've set, generally less than the current market price. So if you're going to write Rocket Lab cash secured puts these days, and you're going to write something like, I don't know, maybe sixes or sevens, even sevens, going forward, say to January of 2025, you might be very happy to pay six something for the contracts or for the stock. If you write sixes, you're not going to get a lot of premium, but you're going to be paying less than $6 a share if you did get exercise. Yep, that's a way to play this. Flint Creek, I went with Rocket Lab 2. I think it's going to go to $10 first. There's so much manipulation of SoFi prices. I have my doubts. Sharon is in the house from New Jersey. Hello, Sharon. We're in the same time zone, Sharon. How you doing? Number 97, thumbs up. The man says, JJ, SoFi will hit $10 due to the political attention on interest rates and when the Fed starts getting involved in the election and cutting rates. Then the man goes on to say it may be short-lived, but it will hit 10. Deep Value Options writes, U.S. banks have $620 billion of unrealized losses on their books. Most banks are strong enough to withstand the paper losses. Still, their finances could be squeezed for years to come. March 31, 2023. This is from Bloomberg. The man is saying, I haven't seen data, but I'm wondering if the unemployment rate is skewed due to a lot of illegal immigrants taking jobs. Well, I can tell you that illegal immigrants are not taking the jobs that pay the big bucks. If they are taking jobs, they're taking jobs they can, quote, get, quote unquote. And if you're an illegal, you're going to have a tough time getting a position with a, in any kind of executive capacity. I mean, you're just not going to be able to. You're just not going to be able to prove you have an accounting degree or you have an education from a bona fide university. You're going to be down on the bottom end of the scale. And frankly, I personally don't care how many broom pushers there are or other low-paying jobs are being filled with immigrant labor, because the reality is that our kids, maybe not mine, but some of you out there, you're pushing your children hard on the education front to not take grunt work when they graduate. The reality of America and Canada is really the lack of qualified staff at higher skilled positions. Now, some of it is because you need experience to be able to fill these higher skilled positions. And if corporate America has laid off a bunch of middle talented people in the last 15, 20 years, now you want to fill the higher skilled positions that these people could have filled, but you let them go 15 years ago, you're cutting your own throat. On the other hand, we have a lot of Americans and Canadians who did not want to become HVAC specialists and other tradespeople, plumbing and carpentry and woodworking and metalworking and so on and so on. They didn't want to get their hands dirty, and so there's those jobs go begging. Again, I don't know. Immigrants, illegal immigrants. I don't see. I don't see millions of Americans getting unemployment because they can't find work. Actually, I don't see it. I don't see it in Canada. And in Canada, there are way more immigrants in Canada than the U.S., and many are legal. But again, it's a flawed system. We all know it's flawed. We all know it's not perfect. And this is not an overnight problem. This immigrant thing has been around for 20 plus years. Why? Because one party and another party in America cannot get their act together, are unwilling to get their act together, however you want to say it, to solve the problem. And one side accuses the other for being too radical one way, too radical the other way, and there's no solution. And so a lot of politicians, however, are very smart, and they get reelected on this issue. every 2 years or every 4 years or every 6 years, depending on whether they're in the Senate, the Congress, or elsewhere. And they just get reelected all the time to scare up and rile up the population to keep getting reelected. And this was the game that the anti-communists played in the 40s and the 50s, Eugene McCarthy and all of his pals. This was the game. Mark Rubio and the Cuban vote. Why is this guy still in office in Florida after decades and decades and decades? And he wants to become president one day because he's riled up the Cuban vote, the entire anti-communist vote in Florida. It goes on and on and on. Just saying, that's just what it is. It's nothing new here. JJ Peter Beck, Rocket Lab CEO, he literally ate his hat, has a lot more tricks up his sleeve than Noto. Tony D, people need help. High food, gas, insurance, get people. Help the people. Well, I say you guys just make a ton of money, get really rich, and then decide what charities you want to help out. Fan O Fair Plains is here September 4th for GameStop's earnings. M34 is a new member of this channel. Welcome, M34. Nice to have you here. Appreciate you coming on board. Nice to see you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Whoever's here. What else is going on here? Splair Impossible September 7th, I think is a weekend day, at least my birthday. Good morning from Chicago, fan of Fair Plains. Dude, Nvidia, then GameStop earnings. And let's see, what else is going on? Jeff, illegal immigrants taking jobs, right? All those work in the fields jobs and no legal resident would do those jobs, right? Exactly right. The jobs being filled by illegals, got to think 98% of the jobs they're filling, most qualified Americans will not take those jobs. They won't do them. They just won't do them. And that's a fact in Canada. Canada has to import from Mexico, legally import plane loads of farm workers to pick fruit in British Columbia every year, to pick fruit in Ontario every year. There's always a labor shortage in this area all the time, every year for decades. This is not a 3-year-old problem. This has been around for a long time. And farm groups organize plane loads of Mexican workers legally to come into Canada, work for 6-8 weeks, get paid, housed, fed, and then flown back home. And year after year, the same workers come up, do the job, go back, come back. And that's all they want. They don't want to live in Canada. They don't want to stay there. They want to go home with the cash. They're quite happy to leave their families for 2 months, work their butts off, come home with a boatload of dough that'll carry them for 6 months down there. Yeah, the Canadian and American dollar goes a long way in certain areas of Mexico. And I would bet you if America could work out an immigration deal or a work permit deal for even unskilled people, 99% of the people who would come into the United States would work and then go back home with the dough. They would come and go all the time if they were freely allowed to do so. Doesn't exist. So problems. The man, exactly. But when unemployment rates are reported, it's a job. The man, I work for the government. There's always room for more broom pushers. Flint Creek, most jobs require a social security number, and they are people. Stop vilifying people by calling them anything else. It's gross. Splair. There's always work that an outsider is taking in the USA. It's South Americans in Germany, Middle Eastern citizens, and in Poland. We take all from Ukraine or Asia. They believe in Christianity, whatever. Stephen, number 108, Tim Hortons donuts were great. Dina got a double, nice day in Thunder Bay. I got your message. Jen and I read your email the other day. Stephen loved it, just loved it. We got such a kick out of it. Fantastic. JJ SoFi has twice as many outstanding shares in Rocket Lab, 1 billion versus 497 million. The man, Flint Creek, yeah, they are people, but they're also illegal immigrants. Sorry, it is what it is. Plus, no one is vilifying anyone. It was just a statement about how it skewed data. It is what it is. Stephen, number 108, Tim Hortons donuts were great. Dina got a double. Back in Arkansas now. Flint Creek, I disagree. It's us and them. It's gross. Dude, it's going to help out the homeless Canadian YouTubers fund. It's a good cause. There you go. Pocket aces. What options y'all playing, boys and girls? Christina, who's this homeless Canadian? I don't know who that is. Flint. I agree, Bruce. Deportation led to food unpicked, which spiked food costs. Yeah, exactly. The man, Flint Creek, cross a border makes you an immigrant. Do it illegally, makes it illegal. There you go. Savage, number one. Bruce, there's around 15 million illegal immigrants in the U.S. Oh, that's got to be more than that. Half Canada's population, they aren't responsible for job situation, and that's the reality. There's got to be more than 15 million illegals. But then again, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. It's unbelievable. The American economy is not in the crapper because of illegal immigrants. That's a fact. American economy benefits from the cheap labor. Hate to say it, but it's true. Not that I want to condone it, but I'm just telling you what I see. But in Southern California, where I hang out and have hung out from time to time, boy, do they need labor down there. I mean, labor. And is it tough? Oh, God, in the heat. Good gosh. Even in January, February, March, when their folks are working down there doing the landscaping and tending the greens or cleaning sidewalks or washing cars, or all the grunt work is done by a certain group of folks that are not from Minnesota high schools and universities. Never will be. It is what it is. America has to solve its own problems, and it's not solving all of its problems. But guess what? Neither is Canada, neither is the United Kingdom, neither is Germany, neither is Iran, neither is Japan. No one solves all their problems. And whatever you're passionate about, if you're passionate about a certain issue that you don't feel is getting solved, you're probably not going to be happy. And so there you go. NM is here. Please tell about Matterport. Talk to us about Matterport. Flint Creek. I know if I faced the poverty and violence, I would do anything to better my child's life. JJ, half as many shares outstanding. If a squeeze occurs, it'll quickly pop. Rocket Lab versus SoFi. As long as we keep communism out, I'm okay, says William. That's good. Bobby got the wife on board, picked up another 1,000 SoFi to 4,000 and 300 Rocket Lab to 1,300 now. Let's go. Just let the shares go. That would be great. Let's let them go. 16 minutes until we open for trading, everybody. The man, Flint Creek, that's why people are fleeing major cities to escape poverty and violence. Unfortunately, when they leave, they continue to vote the same way as they did before. A level, there are probably 50 million illegal immigrants in California alone. Flint, let's talk stocks. I agree. Let's talk stocks. Which stocks benefit the most from illegal immigrants? If you're an illegal immigrant, what stock should you buy and why? Oh my gosh. Let's talk stock. Like I said, if you're passionate about a certain topic and it has nothing to do with the market, I probably can't help you. I can probably help you rile you up, and others will help rile you up, but it's not going to make you any money. If you want to make money in this market, you better focus in on what's going to make you money in this market and what's not. Excuse me. I don't see SoFi not going to 10 because there are illegal immigrants, and I don't see SoFi going to 10 because there are illegal immigrants. It makes no difference. And you're going to have to just get over it, all of you out there. You're going to have to separate certain topics out of your mind, and certain topics will come into your mind, into your focus, and others play with those thoughts after the trading of the markets is done for the day. Otherwise, you're just going to lose money. You're going to lose focus, and you're going to become distracted about what you shouldn't be distracted about. This is just your buddy Uncle Bruce saying, hey, kids, there's opportunities out there to make a ton of money. You just have to really take advantage of it. That's just my thought. Anyway, welcome to the party, pal. Glad to have you here, and thank you again for joining us. Also, these thumbs ups, if they're still coming in, I thank you. We now have 118 and counting on the thumbs up meter. 252 people here. Bruce is live from New York today. Welcome, everybody. We're looking at the poll question today. We now have 199 votes on the poll question. Which of these two stocks is going to hit $10 a share first? Is it going to be SoFi or Rocket Lab? And this number does not change. 68% say SoFi, 32% of you are saying Rocket Lab. That's 2 to 1, roughly, something like that. Okay, fair enough. Thank you all for those of you who already answered that poll question. If you haven't answered the poll question, do me a favor and please do. It helps the engagement of this channel. It shows YouTube that people watch this guy and they kind of participate in his stuff. He does poll questions. He has lots of chats. He has quite a high number of, has a high engagement with his viewers. He's got members on his channel, all this good stuff. Thank you all for helping out and giving us a bit of momentum today. We do appreciate you very, very much. If any of you are interested in becoming an option writer and trying to make some kind of a decent living here in the markets, I encourage you to head to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Get your butt over there and check out my classes on how to write stock options, how to write puts and calls, how to write spreads, how to write poor man covered calls, how to do cash secured puts. There's all kinds of stuff over there. Plus, these classes have a few hidden gems in there, like the psychology of the markets, how your competition thinks versus how you think when it comes to trading and writing and buying and whatever it calls. Remember, if you're going to write an option or 10 or 20 or 50, whatever it is, you have to remember something, that every time you do write an option, whether it's a covered call or poor man covered call or any other kind of strategy, there are people on the opposite side of your trade who are thinking absolutely the reverse that you are. And you better keep that in mind. Do not lose sight of that when you write 10 call options on GameStop or on Nvidia, and then you're buying 10 call options on Nvidia to complete a credit spread, you've got people on both sides of those trades who are thinking completely the opposite of what you're thinking. Now, why should you still go ahead and do this? You got to ask yourself, Bruce, wait a minute, I don't know much, but if everyone that I sell my contracts to thinks that I'm wrong, maybe I am wrong. What's going on? The key here is, if you do understand how options work and you've taken my lessons to add to this knowledge, you're quickly figuring out that when you sell something like a stock option that is out of the money, which is essentially a worthless piece of contractual paper, and the only value it has is time value, you're in the power position. Because if you're going to write a call option that's out of the money, the stock that call option is written on, that stock is going to have to go appreciate dramatically in probably a very short period of time in order for you to be wrong on your trade. In order for the other person to be right on their trade, they're going to need a miraculous run on the stock in an awful hurry. And of course, we're going to be, and you're going to be bombarded with information from Nvidia players. Nvidia stock gamblers are going to be coming into this stock, if they haven't already, because the Nvidia shares were in the 90s just 2 weeks ago. Now we're at the 125, 130 neighborhood. The earnings come out next week in 8 days, and there's going to be massive speculation on just how good or how good enough will the numbers be when Nvidia releases their latest quarterly financials. And there could well be a 10% swing trade happening on Nvidia, 10% higher or 10% lower. 20% range might be expected from all of the market players out there who are involved in call options, put options, and the stock itself. And if you want to be involved in any part of that trade, you have to be pretty sure of what it is you're doing. And one of the things you need to know is how options expire and depreciate towards expiry, and when they come out of the money, if they're out of the money, how badly they perform in the last 2 weeks of their lives, or week in particular. You also have to be aware that even if you are incorrect and you are to write a stock option, say you wrote a 145 call option on Nvidia this week, as the shares are sitting in this 130 neighborhood, the shares could go up to 144.99 on great results, and the contracts you wrote are still worthless. They could still die with no value. So whatever you've received for them, you keep it all and don't even buy these calls back if you are of that thinking. If you're doing a put contract or a put credit spread, and the results are good but not good enough, or they're okay but the forecasts aren't good enough, there's always something that could upset or trip up a stock, because Nvidia will be priced to utter perfection the moment the results are released from the company, and then the stock will do whatever it does based on the reaction to people's thoughts on these results and future results. If you're writing put contracts, put credit spreads, and you're well enough behind the market, you're going to be sitting on a very safe bet. Now, there's another trick to the business, and that is by not writing contracts that expire right away, you are giving yourself the gift of time, the power of time to win in the end. And this is where if you write a call option or a call option, credit trade, a call credit or a put credit spread, you're doing those kinds of trades, and you give yourself enough time behind the earnings before your contracts expire, you now have rollover possibilities, adjustment possibilities that can ensure a higher level of success, even if the stock goes the wrong direction against you. But all of what I've just told you is meaningless to those of you who have no idea how options work, why they do what they do. You've got to put some time into this. But I'll tell you, the expression is time is money. And there's another expression called earn while you learn. Both are true in the case of what we're dealing with here. If you are going to take any of my lessons to understand the basics of options and how they operate and how to write them, you're going to pick up knowledge about the option market as you might dip your toe into this trading strategy, depending on which one you like. And time, the more time you put into learning how options work, the smarter you're going to be, the more advanced and the more educated you're going to be. And the likelihood is the more successful you're going to be. I cannot tell you how many times this has happened on this channel, but it has happened many, many times. And it's not just my channel. It's anyone else's channel out there. If you're trying to learn how to become a day trader, you're trying to become a bond trader, you're trying to become a currency swapper, you're trying to become a futures trader, going to become an option writer, there are all kinds of courses out there to help you in this area that you can go to, whether they're run by a YouTuber like me, or whether they're done by podcasters, or whether they're done by brokerage firms that offer lessons, or by other training institutions that offer education. You don't take that information, you don't study that information, you don't absorb it, then you're the uneducated. And if you're the undereducated player in the options business or the commodities business or any other business, you're the one that could lose your shirt, because the pros on the other side of these trades, they didn't just study those. They don't just study that information. They live it every day by trading full time. And they have years on you on knowledge and experience. So if you want to put some effort into it from your end, you could get a payoff. For some of you, it's instantaneous. You just take it to like a duck takes to water. But for others of you, it takes a little bit of time to absorb the nuances of the option market and the stock market in general, of course. But eventually you come around to it. Again, I've had both kinds of results. I've had viewers here who have put very little effort in and have gotten lucky with a few trades and now think they're invincible until they're not. And I've had others who have taken their time and systematically learned lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. And they've tried practice accounts and tried to write contracts on a practice account where there's no risk. They've joined this channel, become a member of this channel. They've become Gold Bagel members. They've joined my Discord chat group. If you're a Gold Bagel member, you can become part of the Discord group. Just send me a private email, and I'll fill you in on how you can become a member of the Discord group. Here's my email address right here. Again, the more people put in to learning how options work, the more successful they get. And I will tell you without any reservation whatsoever, on this channel, there are a number of viewers here that you will note. You will see their names from time to time. If you've been here a while, you'll begin to know who the regulars are around here, and you'll begin to figure out pretty quickly these regulars are pretty consistent. They write and then they buy back for a lot less money than they wrote them for. And they just seem to do this all the time. And these people don't seem to be bothered with markets that go up or down during the day or during a week. They just are consistently working the options market to their benefit all the time. And it's because of experience and because of knowledge. And they've taken advantage of everything that we're trying to offer here. Whereas one of which is the lessons I offer on my website, of course, the Stock Markets with Bruce website. There it is right there. Just go to stockmarketswithbruce.ca, check out the classes yourself. There are those who are, they're doing this, they're watching the classes, and then they become members of the channel, and they join me every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time instead of 8:30 for the Gold Bagel Trade Alert Show. And then they join me Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern for the Primetime Live Show, Gold Bagel members exclusive. And of course, there are those who do a one-on-one session with me from time to time to say, I want to talk to you about my account. I want to talk to you about my trades. I want to talk to you about what I'm thinking of doing this next month or two. I want to talk to you about what's happening to me. I got laid off. I've been made an offer. The firm has talked about a voluntary retirement program. I'm really interested in this. I want to talk to you about it, because if I do this, I might be in possession of a couple $100,000 that I've saved up over decades of work, and I want to manage it. And I want to talk to you about what I would or would not do and how I would do it based on the age I'm at. And again, everyone's situation here is different from everyone else. You let me know if you'd like to have a one-on-one chat. Send me a private email if you'd like a one-on-one session, and we'll try to set something up. Welcome to the party, everybody. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining me today. We're opening for trading here at any moment. Larry Titus will do what he does best. One of the many things he does beautifully, and one of them is he hits the bells and he starts this thing going. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Sorry about the politics and the illegal immigration thing. Hope you're not too upset about it. Let's see if we can get you going and see if we see any of you get richer today. How about that? That's what I want to talk about. Can any of you get richer today with this glorious market? Because man, it's been good. It's been all right. All in all, thank you all for being here, waiting to see how it rolls. We are hitting the bells. The bells are being rung everywhere, and people are clapping at the New York Stock Exchange, and they're clapping at the NASDAQ Exchange, and they're all so happy, and it's all so wonderful, and isn't it just so great? Well, it's time for you to make some dough, me, money. Richard Carlin, neat. That's right. I think I should go out on that patio and start yelling at the top of my lungs, neat, and see if anyone yells back at me. Because after all, I am in the Big Apple. I'm surrounded by 12 million crazies around here. There's got to be somebody here in this town that hears me yelling. Then again, it might be the guys in those white outfits with those jackets they bring you that have no, they have no openings at the end of the sleeves. Maybe I should be careful about that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for joining me today. Welcome to the program. Nice to have you in the neighborhood. Jen and I are really happy to be here in New York. We're all excited. Our big trip is underway, and I welcome you all to the program. And Well, let's just see if any of you are getting richer today. Thank you all. We see a down dip of 31 points on the Dow so far this morning. Nothing serious over there. I got Rocket Lab. I'm not sure if it's a 707 or not. I'm sure we'll get through the first few minutes of trading and then figure it all out. AI is up about a penny right now. GameStop is 22.50, down 16 cents. SoFi right now, it's down 7 cents at 7.38. Welcome to the show. And thank you for joining us here at 9:30 in the blessed AM. In New York, it's 7:30 in Calgary, where we've come from. So I still feel like it's 7:30 in the morning, even though it's 9:30. Starting Saturday and Sunday and Monday on the ocean liner, every day we get up, we add an hour to our day. We have a 25-hour day on the ocean liner, so that every day I start an hour later to see you guys when I'm on the air. That should be interesting, and then we'll see what kind of connection we have from the cruise ship. I am crossing my fingers that it's good enough to host a live show every day, Monday to Friday. So stay tuned for that. We'll deal with that as we deal with it and go from there. Thank you all. Richard, neat, D.A. Druda, neat. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for popping up some new emojis. Welcome to the party, everybody. Welcome to the show here. So good to have you. A Rocket Lab right now, $6.99, going contrary to the pre-market this morning. Welcome to the party, pal. SoFi right now showing $7.41. It's off about a nickel at this point. We'll see how that plays out. Let's see if we can get an update on our favorites here. There we go. Rocket Lab $6.82, SoFi $7.40, GameStop $22.29, Matterport $4.25 a share. That takeover is continuing on. Supposed to conclude in the fourth quarter of this year, so sometime between probably September 1 and December 31, somewhere in there. We'll let you know when we know more. Spire Global up a penny. ATIP holding a 28-cent gain today. Nothing going on. Smart Rent. Apple's up 61 cents. Tesla's up 4.67. Microsoft up 69 cents. Google up 39. Amazon down 39. Nvidia is down 94. Facebook Meta Platforms down 176. So a little negative start to the session, but nothing seriously negative. We don't see any massive dips going on anywhere. Unity is up 34 cents to 17.05 after hitting 13.89 for its year low. We got AI at 25.53, the low of the year 2023, the high 38.29. Adobe down 3.33, Netflix up 2.84, Adobe up 3.33, Netflix up to 3.12, IBM down 18 cents. Other than that, not much else to report yet in this morning market. Thank you all for joining in. D.A. Druda hitting the knee emoji. So Stephen Butler, Alex, I just bought back some of my GameStop $24.50 calls. I sold them for 86 cents. I just bought them back for 11 cents. Neat, says Alex. Well done. 22.27 right now is the last price on GameStop at this moment in time. The Dow off 70 or so points. Broadcom is down 63 cents at 167.08. We got Rocket Lab down 21, AI down 11, SoFi down 7 cents, Nvidia down 57 cents. We're down 3.5 on Matterport. Smart Rent down 2. ME is up 1/5 of a penny. Not much going on there at the moment. And Apple is green, up 65. Tesla's green. Google is up. Microsoft is up. Netflix is up. But Meta and Amazon are slightly lower. Meta down 150. Amazon down 24 cents. EI Lilly having a good morning, up $20.88 at 9.42. Super Microcomputer down $3.91 at the moment. Uber down 19. Adobe up 3. AMD up 137. Unity up 41 cents, having a good morning today. Enphase down 54 cents right at the moment. Spire now 773, down up a dime at the moment. ATIP up 29 to 609. Moderna down 96. Cisco down 5. Pfizer up 12 cents. IBM down 68. HPQ up 16. Home Depot down $1. Vanik Semiconductors off 153. Goldman Sachs down 289. Boeing down $4 a share at 175.50. Target up 4. JP Morgan down 136. Costco at 871, down $1 today. Walmart is up 11 cents. Disney down $1.10 at 89.70. American Airlines up 4 cents. AMC down a penny at $5 even. DraftKings up 26 cents at 34.67. And Royal Caribbean $160.22, down $1.21 today so far. Welcome one, welcome all to the program. Thank you all for joining me from around the world. Here from the Big Apple. We're here from New York City. Can you believe it? I love it. DM, oh, damn, Uncle Bruce is in New York. I can't believe it. Yes, he is. I'm going to take you on a little tour here to show you out of the window what it looks like rather than attempt the patio. Hang on one second. Let me walk over this direction. Here we are right here. See if we can show you anything back here. I'm not sure. You can see a building there. That's not the Empire State Building, by the way. That's going to be over here. Let's just head this direction over here. Sunny, beautiful day. Mainly sunny out in New York. Let's take a look at the Empire State. There it is. There's the Empire State Building. Let's go up. Way up there she be, baby. A little reflection there in my window. Forgive me. Isn't that amazing? Just over here, there you go. There's Macy's down there. You see that? The big red sign there. The world's largest store. I can't zoom in for you, but there's the ground way down there. Macy's, and there's some of Manhattan right over there. That's looking south. This big, look at this thing under construction. This structure is tall and really thin. Like that is like 1/8 the size of the Empire State Building as far as ground floor goes. That's amazing. That thing's got to be already 70 stories, 80 stories tall. There are some of these buildings around here they call Billionaires Row. And these buildings are basically anywhere from 80 to 110 stories tall. And some of these buildings are simply, I don't know if you can see any of this or not. Some of these buildings are simply only designed to be one condo per floor units. And we're talking, 8,000-10,000 square feet, big, expensive condos. Obviously, some of the buildings have 2 units or 3, but on the top 20 floors, it's just 1 unit. And we're talking, 10, 20, 30 million dollars a piece. Unbelievable. And they look just like sticks. It's amazing what's been happening here in New York the last number of years as some of these kinds of structures have been built. Anyway, there you go, everybody. I hope you don't mind the views. It is something else. There we go. DM, it's gorgeous today. Christina, look at Uncle Bruce living the city life spare. That's freaking amazing. I'm jealous pudding pie. Oh my goodness, now that's a view. Bobby, don't forget to stock up on your salsa, Uncle B. It'll be hard to find New York salsa in the UK. Dude, a huge patio for chilling with Uncle Bruce. DM, pizza and bagels, Bobby. Splayer, can't wait to sleep there for a week before I go deeper northwest and down through the Appalachian Trail. Gonzo Cruiser. Oh, we've got you geolocated now. He's near Macy's. There you go. Pudding pie. A patio too. A patio. Yes, a patio as well. A surprise patio. I didn't book it with a patio in mind, but the manager yesterday, I must have said something that caught her kind bone. She was also all so very nice to General yesterday. I had come up here with Jennifer. We'd done a little bit of unpacking, and then we were going to go downstairs for a bite to eat. And I saw the manager off to the side. And I came up to her and I said, I have a problem with that room you gave me. She goes, oh, what number is that? I said, 20, whatever. And she says, oh, what's the matter? I said, oh, the patio's too big. She starts laughing. She said, I thought you'd like that. I said, well, I really appreciate that. Was a nice gesture on your part. I said, my viewers for my YouTube channels, I'm sure will get a real kick out of it. So yes, I'm looking to do a review of the hotel on my other channel and let the world know. Come on down here. This is not a bad place to hang out at. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Pizza and bagels, Bobby says DM. Splair, can't wait to sleep there before I go. Let's see. Where are we at now? I'm calling it. The manager is a stock markets with Bruce subscriber. I'm calling it. There you go. I don't know if that individual, I don't know if she has more than a second to spare to do anything else but the job she has, because man, was it hectic, but cool as a cucumber. And she was in between helping her staff check in guests. She was bringing some of her employees over for do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. And she was speaking various languages to her employees to get stuff done. So it was impressive. I was watching a very effective manager manage this property. That was quite interesting. All right, on. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. We're open and we're trading. What is the market going to do? We're only down 37 points on the Dow at this point. We're really not taking a hit anywhere serious. Nvidia's down $1.08. That's nothing. Under 28.92. No big deal. Might be a perfect time to do a put credit spread or to roll a put credit spread from one position that's crapped out beautifully for you to take a new position, take another credit. I don't know. We'll see. SoFi is down 3 cents at 744. It's trying to come back. GameStop just down 19 cents. AI down 12. Rocket Lab is at 694 this morning. We've traded 5.5 million shares this morning. And the low of the day, 681. We're at 694. So whatever seller was selling is being taken out, and the stock is coming back up again. It looks like to me. That's what I see from here. SoFi now down just 3 cents at 742. We have some green bars starting to show up. We have some green indicators. We've got 23andMe up a half a penny. We've got Apple higher at 55 cents. Tesla up 270. Google is up 83 cents. We've got Microsoft up $1.07. We have Netflix up $10. Meta is up 18 cents. Amazon is up 27. Yeah, Lilly up $35. The spiders are up 45. The triple Qs are up 15. I see Adobe up 261. AMD up 135. So the chip makers, the software guys, the Magnificent Seven almost are all up. Not, they're not every single one of them, but we are definitely on the positive side if you average them out. Enphase is up 3 cents. Spire 776 up 13. Mostly up day. So we might be turning it around here. It looks like the Dow is actually coming on. It's only down 9.5 now. So we might be about to break into the positive on the day. S&P is up 4 points. The NASDAQ is up 3.5. Make it now 8 for NASDAQ. 4 points for S&P. The Dow is within 15 points of breaking even. Oil is up 37 cents a barrel in Texas. That's what I show here happening. And we'll just see what, we'll see what's going on. SoFi unchanged, 747. This is the high of the day, I think, for SoFi. We're positive now, actually. We're green on SoFi. AI down just 4 cents. It's about to go green as well. So these markets are definitely overall shifting to the green side of the equation. So we'll follow that. Thank you again for hitting the thumbs up and the poll question. We're now at 154 thumbs ups. Thank you. 154 and counting. We have 250 votes on the poll question now. 250. The question was, which of these two stocks will hit $10 a share first? Will it be Rocket Lab or will it be SoFi? And at the moment, 67% of you are saying SoFi. 33 or so percent are Rocket Lab. 2-to-1 ratio. Out of every three votes, two are going SoFi's way and one going Rocket Lab's way so far. Okay, thank you for that. Hit that poll question if you get a moment, and hit that thumbs up as well if you can for us. And thank you for the momentum today, guys. Appreciate it very much. Live from New York City, baby. It's Uncle Bruce and the Big Apple, and it's Auntie Jen, and the paparazzi are waiting outside for Auntie Jen to come outside and just go choo, 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 choo with their photos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you heard her? She says. There you go. Of course, she wears such a disguise. They have no idea. They just think that she's just a little old lady from Calgary. They don't know it's Auntie Jen at all. I tell you, we fool them each and every time. These New York guys think they're so sharp. Just kids. We're the wily professionals, We're the ones. We know what we're doing. Thank you again for popping through here. It's great to have you here. Let's see. See what's going on here. What's going on? DM 52-week high for IV. There you go. And Brian, past couple of days, I bought 3,000 shares of Rocket Lab for $7. Sold 15 September 7s for 118 and 15 October 7s for 160. The return percentage is better than GameStop now. Hope your flight was good. Thank you, Brian. Very good flight. All is great. So you picked up 3,000 shares so you could write 30 contracts. Sold 15 7s and 15 7s September and October. Look at that, 118 and 160. So you're bringing in some cash, man. This is nice. Well done. And of course, at the moment, 696 down 23 cents. So those calls you wrote are backing off a little bit, I'm sure. Well done. Alex, SPY bumping its head on 560. SPY. Yeah, the 560.10 up 49, and the Q's at 481.76 up 49 cents. Also, Hector, Uncle Bruce J. Powell will speak this week. Please talk about his rationale for lowering rates or staying put. Yeah, he's not going to do anything on Friday. The earliest you can see an interest rate cut is the end of September. I think it's the end of September, and that has to be evidence of a slowing economy, evidence of higher unemployment, evidence that the U.S. economy needs help, evidence that corporate America can't borrow money at rates that is being asked. If he lowers rates, he makes it cheaper for everyone to borrow money, whether it's corporate America, whether it's individuals, what have you. But unless he sees that, he doesn't have to. Now, the thing, too, is he doesn't want to do anything with interest rates between now and the end of the year. He doesn't want to do anything between now and November. Why? Because of the U.S. election. Whatever he does do, if he does raise or lower rates, he will be accused of being political. And they don't want to do that. These people want to be anonymous, don't even want to be talked about. But unfortunately, the business media out there and 50,000 financial analysts, 50,000 professionally paid financial analysts in America, they need something to talk about. And so they rile it up. And that's why there's more discussion today about interest rates than in the history of financial reporting. 30 years ago, I can tell you, trust me on this one, before CNBC showed up, before there were any business networks out there that were broadcasting market information live, it was boring as hell to talk about financial stuff. It was just paint dry every day. It all changed in the 80s, no question. It all changed in the 80s. And this is when this game began about interest rates. But Back in the 70s and 80s, the bank rate, we used to call it, it wouldn't be changed for like not even a month at a time. And even a quarter, like over 3 months, it wouldn't change. And then every 3 months, they would then announce whether or not they were having an interest rate change. I remember in the 80s, there were a number of crises that came up, including the financial crash of 87. But there was also other events, the Japanese and Asian collapse, mainly the Asian collapse. And the central bankers had to step in. And I remember the Bank of Canada once, if not more than once, stepping in with emergency interest rate adjustments, higher or lower, higher to defend the Canadian dollar, lower to encourage lending and business in a rapidly deteriorating market. But right now, the kind of business we're in at the moment, the kind of economy that we're in right now, it doesn't call for a damn thing to be done. Absolutely nothing to be done. We don't need a dramatic interest rate cut at all. We don't need to save millions of jobs in Pennsylvania today. There aren't millions of jobs being lost in Pennsylvania today. And so there's no need for him to do a darn thing. But, they'll all listen on every word he says because they got nothing else to talk about. Puddin' Pie checking in from the Democratic National Convention this week in Chicago, all while writing cover calls and making money. Smiling, smiling, smiling. No matter where you go and what you do, you can make money writing options. And I'll tell you, I am surrounded here. I would bet you for 20 blocks, 30 blocks south and 30 blocks north of me, and 5 or 10 each direction here. This island that I'm sitting on right now, this island known as Manhattan, there are thousands and thousands of option writers all around me that do this for a living every day, Monday to Friday when the markets are open. And these folks, some of which work from their homes here, their condos or apartments, and some of which around here, many of which around here are employed by institutional entities from A to Z, are very busy people here and are intently writing billions of dollars of contracts every hour all around me right now. And here I am in the middle of it, talking to you guys about how you can be an option writer at your pace, in your comfort zone, and in what area of option writing makes you comfortable as opposed to uncomfortable. And it's pretty cool to know that this city here is the number one option writing city in the world. By far, there's more action here than anywhere else in option writing. So welcome to the party, I say. I've been welcomed to the party. We're enjoying it. And I hope you all have a wonderful week of making money while Jen and I are here. That'd be fine by me. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Big E, yet another sell GameStop article. GameStop stock warning. Here's why GameStop looks like a no-brainer sell. Yeah, I find it pretty hard to understand why a company with 4.2 billion cash on hand, probably hauling in 160 million in interest alone a year right now at the pace of that. I don't want to bet against this company because the thing that blows my mind is when the shares went for a run in the last 2 months, this president, CEO, and chairman of the board was bright enough, sharp enough, and wily enough to say, you know what, we're trading 100 million shares a day. We're trading all kinds of stock. Why don't we offer stock from our treasury and raise a bunch of dough and just add it to our cash pile? And so they went from 1.2 billion to 2.2 billion. Then a week or two later, they did it again, and he raised 2 billion more. And now he's sitting on 4.2 billion in cash. He has no debt, and likely the entire corporation is now a moneymaker. I don't know why this is a sell. Now, you can call it a sell for many reasons. If you're completely convinced that every single brick and mortar store of GameStop is going to be a loser, you're convinced, you're convinced. Fair enough. On the other hand, I'm wondering whether the brick and mortar division of GameStop will stay in GameStop's control or not. Might it be that as I'm speaking here to you now, that behind the scenes, for months already, there have been discussions to offload the GameStop portfolio? Is GameStop, the public company, going to sell the stores and their warehouses and all that to someone else? And then GameStop, with its 4.2 billion in cash and maybe 50 employees, 30 employees, will move on with the listing of the company, GameStop, and the GameStop retail division with its thousands of employees, thousands of locations, all of that will be run by a private hedge fund. And all those employees will work for new owners in a private hedge fund that might take that company and someday merge it with another company and create it in another public format down the road 5 years. I have no idea. In the meantime, the GameStop that you own, the shares of GameStop you own, will still be with the publicly traded company that has all the money, no expenses, and will have been bought out from selling off the GameStop retail side. Could the public company now sit on 5 or 6 billion in cash and now get involved into the reorganization and funding of all kinds of other businesses? I mean, is this now another entity run by Mr. Cohen? What are the possibilities? Millions of possibilities. Millions. Sell this stock right now? I don't know why. Don't know why people would think about that. But yeah, it's true. There are articles out there. Noticing right now the Dow off 40 points, but look at that. Broadcom is green. Rocket Lab is only down 11 cents. We're back to 708, kids, on your Rocket Lab. We're coming on. AI down 3 cents. GameStop down 24. SoFi is up 3 now. Make it up 4. 749, 750 range. Looks like we're hitting that now. SoFi's volume this morning is 4.9 million shares. 750 is the high, and we're roughly at that level right now. On GameStop, the volume this morning, 851,000, dead quiet, because you know and I know they don't talk right now. And maybe that's why they're not talking. There might be a deal cooking at GameStop that is so humongous. It's a complete game changer of the company. Not just a nice business deal. It's a completely new business. They can't talk right now. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Rocket Lab 707 looks like it wants to go higher. Rocket Lab volume today 7.17 million. So there's action here. There's action. We were down to 681 first thing this morning, and maybe the whole reason that Rocket Lab backed off was some seller wanted out. Somebody who held stock wanted out, and the brokers were accommodating. The different brokerage firms were finding buyers for blocks of stock. They got it all done. The sell order is completed, and all of a sudden there's nothing for sale anymore. Those 100,000 share blocks they could have had this morning are all gone, and now we're going to go higher. We've already seen 726 this morning, so we might see an even higher price. Well, we'll see what's going on. Up 3 on SoFi now, 750. Thank you. Nvidia down 49 cents. That's coming back. Matterport up a couple pennies, 431's inching slowly higher. Have you noticed this Matterport now in the last kind of week and a half? A week ago with 410, 13, 15, now 431. We kind of got the 4-ish, 405 4 something. Yeah, that kind of looked like the low. That was earlier this 1 week or so ago, week and a half ago. Back in July 26th, 458 is where we were, and as I say, right now, the old Matterport today, 430, so 28 cents away from the highs of the summertime earlier this summer. Smart Rent down 4.5 cents. ME down 1/2 a penny. Apple's up 80. Tesla's up 164. Google up at 188. Microsoft up $1.60. Meta is up. Amazon is up. Netflix up $17. All the Magnificent Seven, except for Nvidia, they're all higher. Nvidia down $1.10 right now. It's the only Magnificent Seven stock not higher. So we're turning this corner, I think. I think we're going higher. The Dow off 27 measly points. That's all I see over there. Thank you all for joining us today. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you around with us. Let's see what's going on. Brian, Big E, I guess you should sell me your shares then. Big T, Biggie, I'll give you 3 there. Anyway, M34, over 3 billion, over 4 billion in revenue, says GameStop has customers. No, they don't have over 4 billion in revenue. Oh, I guess they do. Yeah, they have over 4 or 5 billion. That's right. They just need to close the weaker stores, in my opinion. Good point there, M34. Yeah, they've been doing this now for a year and a bit. Remember, when you're a retailer and you announce to the world, we're going to close underperforming stores. This happens all the time. McDonald's has done this. Wendy's has done this with their franchise restaurants. Other clothing national chains, shoe stores, they've always announced these kinds of announcements. The thing you must understand here is if you're in the retail shopping mall environment around the world, whenever you sign a rental agreement with a shopping mall, it's anywhere from a 5-year to a 10-year deal. And you renew them at 5 at a time or 10 at a time, constant renewals. Now, it's not uncommon for a retail store to go into a mall and sign a new 5 or 10-year lease and open the location for the very first time, where the landlord will sink in $500,000 of improvements, and the renter, the store, will sign a lease that covers the repayment of that money over 10 years plus the rent. And at the end of a 10-year window, there are times where the two sides get together and the store says, the GameStop people will say, we want to refresh our store. It's getting a little tired looking. And the landlord goes, you're right. We spent a lot of money all around you. Other stores have come and gone, and they're looking a lot fresher than you are. Why don't we cut a new 10-year deal with another $250,000 improvement allowance in that deal? And great, a check is cut to GameStop for $250,000, or a check is cut to GameStop's contractors. $250,000 of real improvements are made, not just we're going to give you the money and you're not improving the store. You're going to improve the store. So the contracts are hired, contractors, new flooring, new lighting, new signage, new whatever, and the landlord covers the checks. And a new deal is put together, a new 10-year deal. And now the chain, GameStop or whoever we're talking about, has another brand new looking location, fresh look, brighter lighting, more efficient lighting, whatever, and better counters, better flooring, and all of that, and a new 10-year deal. Now, if GameStop is going through all their locations, which they are, and they determine that, out of the 5,300 stores we had 2 years ago, we only want to keep 3,800 of them. We're going to let 1,500 of these stores go. But it's going to take us 5 years to get rid of these stores because leases expire every 3 months. Another bunch of leases expire from 5 and 10 years ago. And we already know which stores we're not going to refresh. We're not going to renew. We're going to close these leases out. And so that's the way this game works. So every 3 months, when the company comes up with a new announcement of earnings, revenues, expenses, And store positions, they'll adjust their stores in the UK, Canada, the US, Australia, and elsewhere, because they might open one or two locations here and there, but they're probably closing 15 or 20 this quarter, or another 50 or 60 this quarter. And so over a year or two or three, you begin to notice, oh yeah, they are down into the 4,000s or approaching 4,000 stores instead of 5,300 stores. This is how this game is played. All right, this is a long-term business. Okay. J-Boy, you know what, Bruce? You should stop by the Ghostbusters firehouse while you're down there. Make sure the guys at the Ghostbusters office are up and running. Everything's all right. Lorraine, as I rode the bus yesterday, I passed your hotel near 42nd Street. It was chaotic down there. The throngs of people busting about like grains of rice. They have undercover security, of course. Brian, Uncle Bruce Security, says, it looks like we're talking SoFi up today, says Splitter. Well, SoFi 750 up a nickel. Giddy up. $7 on Rocket Lab, down 19 cents. We'll see if there is another rally in the future here for Rocket Lab today or later today. We'll see what's going on. Thank you all for popping through. Yeah, the old area, New York is always busy. Coming in yesterday via cab, it was insane. The traffic was the same. I just get a kick out of it. Actually, it's something we don't do every day around here. So for us, it's not like a monotonous grind to drive around New York. It's kind of a one-off once in a while, and the construction going on all around Kennedy Airport, the redo of this, the redoing of that, the detours and the detour. Oh my God, what a mess Kennedy Airport. What a mess. One day it'll be done. I don't know, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. They've done a lot already in the Kennedy Airport, but they have so much more to finish. Yikes. I'm glad I don't drive a cab for a living in this town. Splair, if you did a video with the Ghostbusters building, that would drive up views, Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for the suggestion, Splair. We'll see what we can do in 3 days. We'll see what we can see and not see. We got a few things planned. Stay tuned. You never know what comes up next. Thank you all for joining us this morning from wherever you are today. Thank you for being here. Appreciate having you. And hopefully you're having a good day today, and you'll have a great week this week. We're down 50 points on the Dow at the moment, and Rocket Lab down 18 cents at $7. GameStop 22.45. SoFi 7.50 a share. Up 4 after having a down dip on the opening. SoFi was as low today as 736, I should say. 736 was the low. That was the opening trade for SoFi. Now we're at 750, up to 752 so far here in the last few minutes. So, 16 cent turnaround. And we're ahead a nickel at the moment. 6.7 million volume on SoFi, 6.7 million traded. All right. Broadcom is up on the day 9 cents. First time we've done that, I think. And like I say, Rocket Lab is now around the $7 level after being at the 681 level, now 698, high of 726. 8 million traded on Rocket Lab. Now I show it at 703 again, jumping over 7 again. We got some action going on. It could be a shorter trying to short, could be a shorter trying to get out of there. It could be a new shorter trying to take a position. It could be an existing shareholder wanting out of the stock. It's Monday morning. Adjustments are being made in portfolios, and one of them today, Rocket Lab, we're down 16 cents. Is it serious? No. It's just 702. Nothing personal. Just business. There's a lot of business going on around here, around the block that I'm at, several blocks where I'm at. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Lord of Flies, maybe Uncle Bruce live from the New York Stock Exchange. How about that? Blair, that's J-Boy, his idea. I love it. Cannon on the Hill, a great bar and restaurant across the street from Ghostbusters Firehouse. Nice folks. Well, thank you very much for all the suggestions, everybody. We'll see what happens. We'll see where we end up. Doing what we're doing this week here in the Big Apple. We're done with this show in about 20 minutes or so, and then we'll see what we have going on for the rest of the day. We'll go from there. Thank you all for joining in, and welcome to the party. Thanks again for the thumbs ups and also answering our poll question today. Much appreciated. We now have on the thumbs up meter 167, so we need 33 more to break the 200 barrier. Thanks for that. And on the poll question, we now have 275 votes in on the poll question. 275 votes. Thank you, guys. 33% of you are saying that between Rocket Lab and SoFi, that Rocket Lab will hit $10 first before SoFi does. Well, right now, SoFi's got 67% of the vote, and SoFi is at 750, where Rocket Lab is at 705. So in reality, SoFi's closer to 10 than Rocket Lab is, but things can change minute to minute, hour by hour, day by day. So we'll just say, you know what, like we always say, stay tuned. Don't be going nowhere. We'll see what this market brings us. We'll find out. 171 on the thumbs up meter. Four more coming in here. 29 to go, and we'll have 200 thumbs ups. Thank you all very much for that. All right, everybody, welcome to the party, and nice to see you all in the house this morning. Nice to have you all with us. Okay, giddy up. There we go. I'm trying to keep an eye on 3 or 4 screens at the same time, as usual. And Puddin' Pie saying, you know, I'm guessing you're going to find a decent bagel in New York City this week. Yeah, I was saying on the earlier show, I think I mentioned it. There's a cafe called the Jewish Cafe. No, is it the Jerusalem Cafe? The Jerusalem Cafe, a block away from us, all kosher. I noticed their website. Sesame seed bagels are readily available. I note that. All right. Splair, yesterday it was almost 650, then suddenly closer to the end, 720. Nice move there. I guess you're talking about SoFi or Rocket Lab. Lorraine, did you get the haircut? Did you get a haircut? No, I have not done a haircut yet. Not yet. Not Monday, says Cindy. Not Monday. Are we talking about that restaurant being closed on Monday? A Splair, and just in case, I wish you already a relaxed week. Uncle Bruce for sure. Upload a little bagel video. Something else would be anything for our bagel family, and we love it. If you don't, it's an insult. He was saying Rocket Lab was the one that moved up yesterday to that 720 level. Yes, 650, then 720. Here we are now at 696 on Rocket Lab. Splair, it's been active last week, hasn't it? The last week has been very active for Rocket Lab. SoFi right now, 746 at the moment. Very, very active for a number of these issues. We're watching it all. Well, stay tuned, kids. Just stay tuned with what we're up to, where we're going to go, what we're going to do. As I say, we have a few things we need to get done today, and we're going to pace ourselves, and we're not going to push it too hard. Jennifer doing great with her knee and her hips, and she's fine. She's doing just super, so we're not going to jeopardize that. So we'll keep you posted on how things are going. Thank you all. Christina, Uncle Bruce, today is day 9 of our 12-day vacation in Orlando with the kids. 4 boys cashed out some trades yesterday to help pay for it. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. Isn't that a great feeling that you're letting the gamblers pay for this trip? Spare Yahoo was yesterday taking a couple of times. We're talking a couple of times about Rocket Lab or defensive stocks, including Rocket Lab. Interesting. Very interesting. We've got the Dow off 64 points. It doesn't seem the Dow wants to turn it around with a real rush yet. This first hour, we're 45 minutes into the first hour, and we're just kind of muddling through it, but we're not getting shellacked. This market is not getting its butt handed to it. So kind of a wishy-washy first hour today. We'll see if this turns into a green wave, we'll go from there. As far as the big Magnificent Seven go, Nvidia is still down. Apple is up 54. Tesla down 30 cents. We're not getting any action here. We're up $1.23 on Google, up $1 on Microsoft, and Meta down $1.50. Amazon up 16 cents. We're not really seeing a lot of crazy movement today. So it tells me this market kind of wants to go higher. It really doesn't seem to want to go lower, but I haven't got the breakout yet that I can tell you anyway. There you go. Christina, we've been to SeaWorld, Discovery Cave or Discovery Cove, Universal, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay. Man, oh man, what a trip this is. My wife said over the weekend, how can we afford to go to Discovery Cove? Stock traders, gamblers. That's right. Dude is saying this is a great movement for shrinkage on Nvidia and Tesla spreads today. This is great. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, we can go by the New York Stock Exchange. Then you can see the New World Trade Center. Yes, we have been there in the past, and of course prior to that we were obviously there when the World Trade Center was there many years ago. Been to the top of the World Trade Center. We were on the top of the World Trade Center in 1999, I believe, if I recall my timing. Yeah, 1999. Jed and I and Jen Jr. were on top of the World Trade Center. And that was the last time we were in New York, was about December 99. And then we flew from there to London, if I recall. And I was in the World Trade Center. I was in New York on in May of 2001. 2001, or was it 2000? No, May 2000. I was in New York in May 2000. And the towers came down that next September 2001. But I was in New York May, and that day I had been in the area to do some business, and I had the day off. This one day was a day off, and I had rented a vehicle from Connecticut. I had flown from Palm Desert to Connecticut using Southwest Airlines, if I recall. Can't remember how I did that. Anyway, I landed in Hartford, and I rented a vehicle from Hartford, drove to Secaucus, New Jersey, did business in Secaucus, had a day to myself, and so I drove this Ford Explorer into New York. I'd never done it before on my own. Drove into Manhattan, and I did the loop. I drove all around Manhattan, all the way down to Battery Park, all the way back to Grand Central Station, parked the car there for a couple of hours, went for a bit of a walk in Central Midtown, and then grabbed my car and drove back to Secaucus, New Jersey. That one particular day. Yeah, a long time ago, 2000, the year 2000. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we've come and gone several times since then. Anyway, there we are. Let's see here. Let's go. Beach Boy wrote more Rocket Lab cash secured puts while planning another family vacay. Safari and RR. Thank you, gamblers. You are the best. Well done, sir. J Boy, the firehouse is south in Tribeca at the intersection of North Moor and Varick. I've been there a couple of times. J Boy, I bought a t-shirt from those guys. How about that? Right on. There's all kinds of things to see and do in this town, isn't there? Just endless. Yeah, we all know this town in one way or another, depending on what we've watched on television or in the movies, of course. Yes, AI down 38 cents, Rocket Lab down 23, GameStop down 41, and SoFi down 3. So we have a little bit of a dip here. Nothing serious, but it is a bit of a dip. As we're coming to the end of the first hour of trading on the day here, we're got about 10 minutes to go to hit the first hour of trading on this market. And they're not all down, but we had a more of a green look to this market a while ago. But it's a mixed bag. I have to admit, it's a mixed day today so far in the first hour. But we had a good day yesterday, so we have to keep that in mind. Walmart is up 53 cents at 74.26. DraftKings is up 40, but not a lot green as a whole at the moment. We'll see, though. We are not down much, so it wouldn't take much of a buy wave to come in here to run the market. I don't know if there'll be a need for that, if there will be a buy wave. I can't answer that one. But, this market does what this market does. Some days it's active, some days it's kind of quiet. And right now, kind of quiet. That's what I think here. We have 175 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. 25 to go to get me to 200. We have 280 votes on the poll question now. 280 votes. 67% of you feel that the first stock to go to 10 a share between SoFi and Rocket Lab will be SoFi. 2/3 of you feel SoFi will go. 1/3 of you think that Rocket Lab will be the first one to break $10. Well, we'll find out when we find out. 694 on Rocket Lab, 744 on SoFi. So one is leading the other, but both are very quiet today so far, from what I can tell you. Rocket Lab volume is not bad, though. I got to say, Rocket Lab is 9.1 million, almost 8 million a while ago. Now 9.1 million traded on Rocket Lab today, where SoFi has traded 9.4 million today. It has also is hanging right in there. These two are trading right about the same number of shares back and forth. GameStop at 22.25, down 41 cents, but only 1.27 million traded. 1.27 million on GameStop. That's very light. Very, very light. AI is down 38 cents at 25.24. It had been better earlier today, but it's backed off a little bit now. Nvidia down 199 at the 128.01. So we're not getting some of the big boosts we'd like to see. Apple's up 97, Tesla's up 47, Google up 116, Microsoft up 158, Netflix is up $17, Meta down 59 cents, Amazon up 56 cents. There's the story, kids. That's the deal. I'm sticking to it. And that's what I've got going today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I think we're going to pack it in here and get a bit of a break in, get a little bit of rest, and then get ready to head out. We're at 177 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you. And 281 votes have come through the poll question. We're not complaining. Thank you all for popping through and seeing us. Join me again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow being Wednesday, and tomorrow night, Primetime Live. Look forward to having you with us for that. If you're a fan of my other channel, Trem with Bruce, I'm plotting on going live tonight for the other channel, but we'll see about timing and everything. But anyway, thank you today for being with this great gang. Hope you have a great day out there, everybody. Make a bunch of money in this market. Puddin' Pie knows. Have a great day, everybody. Charlie, have a good day, everybody. Enjoy your day in the Big Apple. Uncle Bruce, Richard Carlin. Neat. Thank you all for the knee emoji attacks and all your best wishes. Have yourselves a great Tuesday, August the 20th today, as Jen and I tear up New York City. And we'll keep you posted on what's going on. Make a ton of dough out there. Get richer. And we'll talk to you later, everybody. Have a wonderful day out there. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.